What's up, builders? It's Jacob.
And Ryan here.
And we are
Basement Bricks.
Today we are reviewing the Resistance Y-Wing Starfighter set 75249.
Released back in October of 2019, retailing for $70.
It has 578 pieces and a price per part ratio of 12 cents. We're going to go over the minifigures, the build, the play features, how movie accurate it is, and its value.
And then we will end with our overall thoughts.
Let's get into it.
So first here we have Poe Dameron in his, what I would say, casual wear of the movie. He's got a very nice scarf printing and leg printing. And he comes with his pistol and a little sash there for it. Some nice back printing, but really nothing special about him. He really wasn't seen in the movie in this uniform with the Y-Wing, so I don't know why he was in the set. He also does have another face print, the really casual Poe Dameron face there, a smiling and an angry one. And that's pretty much it for him. Next up we have Zuri Bliss. She has a whole new custom helmet for her character. The head did come off there, but no face printing, just a black head. Does have some really nice back printing and front printing. Leg printing is pretty nice, but nothing really special about it. It's just one colored figure. She does come with two pirate pistols, as I would say. But that's pretty much it. Nothing really special except for that helmet. Next up we have the Elite First Order Snowtrooper. It does have some very good torso printing, waist printing, and leg printing. Not very good with the back printing though, it's kind of mediocre. And then a real downfall is this crusty cape that really doesn't have much posability at all in it. What they should have went with is a nice cloth cape like this that came with the Shazam figure. It would have been a really good choice, even though that came out first. Then he does have the Snowtrooper helmet and a pretty plain face print underneath. Next up we have an astromech droid. Doesn't really have a name. I love the color of it though, and it's a really nice detailed figure, but there's really nothing else to say about it. Finally here we have Dio, which is a really nice cool printing of his. Really nothing else they could do. It was really just a new printing for him, and it really made him stand out and look cool. First set he came in, and then it came out again in 2020, but it looks really nice. Overall for the minifigs, I would give a 6 out of 10. Not really movie accurate. I did love the Zuri Bliss figure, but that Elite First Order Snowtrooper just really didn't belong in this set. Jacob, what would you give it?
I would also give it a 6 for the same reasons. I'm also just not a fan of the Indiana Jones look that they gave Poe. I am a fan of the Zuri Bliss helmet and the Dio little minifig there. He's just so cute. And I always love me some Lego astromech droids, so to get another one was really nice. And now we have the actual build of the Starfighter itself. Overall, it was a pretty solid experience. Pretty straightforward for a Star Wars Starfighter build. This is the first Y-Wing I have owned, so I don't really have any of the older ones to compare it to. But right off the bat, what I did really love about it, even off the box, the overall curvature of the cockpit. I think they did a really good job capturing that, even on the bottom, the underside here, even with those inverted slopes. However, the step here is a little weird how they staggered it. They probably could have added another slope there or something, but overall, still pretty good. The cockpit can hold one minifigure snugly in there. They don't have any studs, so the minifigure will just rest in there, but it does its job. On the top here, we do have a turret that kind of rotates. There's a lot of friction in there, so it's not going to fly all around. And then in here is where the astromech droid sits, just one little stud in there for him to clip into. And then the back portion here, very beautiful, little greebling in there. For this kind of scale, it does its job. And then with the engines, you do have some largish stickers here. You do have to be careful with them since you are applying them on curved pieces. But overall, I do like the build. I like the little tiles here, tiling off the edges. On the bottom, you do have some nice little landing gear, so the model is just not sitting on the ground. And for the play feature, one major play feature is this little knob here. You can just turn it, and then the bombs come flying out. And for that, you just load it in on the top here. You just got to be careful that you don't drop them as you're loading them. Overall, I would give the build and the play features an 8 out of 10. There's nothing really wrong with it. There's just a couple places where I feel like they could have made better choices than they did. And of course, it being a Star Wars set, they kind of went a little wild with some large-ish stickers that you want to be careful of applying them here and along the cockpit. If you mess that up a little bit, it may not be straight. It might look a little weird. Ryan, what do you think?
I would also give it an 8 out of 10. I really do love the design going on right here. I love the engines, how they did this. I don't think it could have been any better. I do love how Jacob pointed out the curvature of the front. It's just a really overall great build. And for movie accuracy, looking at a photo of it, I really think they did a good job. The front area is curved down a little more, and these pieces right here are a lot thicker in the movie, but I don't think they could have done any better than this. How about you, Jacob?
I would agree. They were just using what they had without making new pieces. That might raise the price of this already overpriced set, in my opinion. But looking at the picture, I do wish they did something different with the engine pods themselves. These Technic pieces here do look a little weird after seeing the movie accurate picture, but overall they did a fairly decent job.
Another thing I wanted to point out was the colors of it with the stickers here. They really did a good job with that. And the red around here and back here, it really just matches what they did.
So overall, I would give the movie accuracy portion a 7 out of 10.
For me, I would give it a 6 just because of the minifigures. I think it loses a lot of points with that Elite First Order Snowtrooper because he wasn't even in the scene with them, wasn't even fighting that type of trooper, and it really just doesn't make sense why he was in there. Also, the Poe just kind of seems odd to throw him in there. I don't like it.
Now talking about the value of it, it is a $70 set for a little under 600 pieces. Granted, this is a Star Wars licensed set, so you're kind of paying into that name. The build itself, I would rate maybe at a $50, $55 set. The minifigures might have something to do with the inflated price there. The Dio mold and Zuri Bliss's helmet, being a new helmet, you're kind of paying for that a little bit. I really don't think it was worth $70, but for the ship, it's still a decent ship.
I agree with what Jacob had just said. With the minifigs, it's probably bumping up the price with the helmet and Dio. I think it was around a $60 set if they kept the same minifigures. It was definitely not worth the $70 though, all I'm saying. Overall, I would give the value of it a 6 out of 10. It really wasn't worth it, and although it does look really good, it just I don't think it was worth that $70 price.
For me, I give it a 5. I'm usually pretty hard on LEGO sets and their prices. To me, this was just egregiously overpriced at $70 for what you get, and that's why I knock it down to 5. So overall, we both ended up giving this set a 26 out of 40. Might seem a little harsh, but when you really look into it, the price and the minifigure selection had a lot to do with that low rating.
I do agree. Just the minifigs weren't that good with the set. I loved the build. It was a very good build. It was very close to the movie, but just for that price, it just wasn't worth it.
That's been a review, guys.
Hope you enjoyed.
Let us know what you think of this set down in the comments below.
And don't forget to like and subscribe. And remember, keep building, builders. Next up, we have this Stormtrooper captain, I don't know what you would call it. Next up, we have an Elite snow. Next up, we have an elite snow stormtrooper here. Next up, we have an elite snow first order